We've been waiting a while now for a brand new 1/10 scale affordable monster truck. And when you're looking for a new RC truck, you want it to be fast, fun, affordable, and most importantly, capable. Well, I think the guys at Maverick may have just given us what we want, because today we're taking a look at one of their brand new trucks. And here it is. This is the Quantum 2 Flux, brand new from Maverick. Now, this was only announced earlier on today. Thankfully, I've had the truck a few weeks, which is how I've managed to get this video done so quickly. Now, of course, I couldn't talk about this, but I have been so excited to actually take a closer look. And I actually think this truck is going to be one of the best cheap 3S bashers around. And Maverick has made some changes to this truck to make it more durable and to make it perform better. Now, some of the updates include a polycarbonate body, much better plastics. They've also made changes to the suspension setup on this, and this thing now uses heavy duty gearing across the truck. So some much needed changes from Maverick, and I'm hoping this turns out to be a really good truck. Now, I really like the design on this. I think it looks really cool, and I actually think this truck is something we've all been waiting for. And for that reason, I really hope it's good. So in the box, we don't actually get a huge amount. This is the transmitter. Now, this has a foam grip on the wheel. It actually feels really nice to hold. Of course, we've got our usual adjustments, such as our dual rate adjustments and our trim adjustments. Now, this is a lot smaller and nicer compared to the transmitter they used to include. That thing was horrible, and I really didn't like it. So this is another really nice change. Also in the box, we have our manual, and that is pretty much it. So yes, it doesn't come with a battery. You are going to have to provide your own 2S or 3S. I can't wait to test this truck out, but first, let's have a look under the body. Now, I've already mentioned it, but this body does feel much nicer compared to what we've seen in the past. And look how big and chunky those clip retainers are. So taking a look under the body then, now this thing looks really good. I really like the updates they've made on this. Now, this does have proper oil-filled shocks. You can't miss this massive center brace. Doesn't look like we've got any adjustability on this, but for a bashing truck, that's perfectly acceptable. So we have a front bumper, and it looks like we've got some LED lights. We've also got a rear bumper and a wheelie bar, and again I think we've got some rear lights. So of course we've got metal CVDs at the front, dog bones on the rear. Now, they do look a little bit thin, but I think they're going to hold up okay. Now, under there I believe we have a slipper clutch, and of course this has metal diffs and ball bearings throughout. The wheels and tyres feel nice and soft and sticky. Moving on to the electronics, we have a 3500 kV 3660 brushless motor, an 80 amp ESC, which is 2 to 3S ready. There's a waterproof receiver in the receiver box. Now, when you get the truck out of the box, it will have an XT60 connector fitted. I've swapped it out for an XT90 because that's what I use on my batteries. Finally, under there we have a 16 kilogram waterproof steering servo, and that is pretty much it. So there we have our light bar on the front bumper, and we've also got one on the back. Now, I'm not fussed about LED lights on trucks like this. I think it does look really cool though. So far then, this truck looks extremely promising, but how much does it actually cost? Now, there's going to be two versions available. You'll be able to pick up the brushed version for $179.99, and the Flux version, which is the one I have here, the brushless one, this is going to be selling for $249.99. When you look at how much some of the 1/10 scale 3S ready trucks are actually costing at the moment, I think they've priced this one correctly. So the first thing we're going to do is see how fast it goes on 2S. Let's start the GPS. So here we go, first 2S run. Not too bad for 2S. Not too bad. Now, those tyres feel nice and grippy. Once again, it's really cold today. It's -3. It's probably not the best conditions to be speed running. So let's hit stop and read. 27 out of the box on 2S. Not too bad, but I think 3S is going to be more enjoyable. 3S time, let's start the GPS once again. So 3S this time. Well, that definitely makes things more interesting. It's much more lively now. And this truck handles so well. Very nice, very smooth. I like this a lot. That's full throttle. Not bad, not bad at all. This is going to be interesting. I'm hoping we see mid-40s. Let's full throttle once again. Let's bring it back, let's see what we got. So let's hit stop and read. 41 miles per hour out the box on 3S. Yeah, that's actually not a bad speed. So not bad speeds on 2S and 3S, but what I really want to see is how this thing performs off-road. Because this is the kind of location that I think most people will be running a truck like this. Now there will be some people out there who are probably thinking to themselves, will this handle a skate park bash? It might hold up at a skate park, I don't know, I'm not going to be doing that today. Now I would say this truck is probably for someone quite new to the hobby, who's looking for their first brushless truck. I think this thing will probably be best for them. And if you're looking to do some intense skate park bashing, you may want to look at something else. And I'm pretty sure Maverick built this thing with beginners in mind. Because if you want to do all that skate park stuff, you're going to buy a different truck. And I can almost guarantee there's going to be some RC YouTubers out there who will take this down a skate park, no doubt break it, and probably label it as bad. Because so many trucks are actually good, but they're labelled as bad because they didn't survive a concrete landing. Absolute rubbish, and I couldn't disagree anymore. So I'm going to give this a quick test using a 3S pack. Already the handling feels so much nicer compared to the old Quantum trucks, because the chassis improvements that they've made on this, they are definitely noticeable. Now I've just realised you can actually turn the lights on and off using this button. That's really cool. The 3S, this truck performs really well. It's a nice amount of power, not too much where it becomes silly, but just enough to have fun. And if you hand this to someone who's quite new to the hobby and they're having a little bit too much fun, it's nice to know we can turn things down a bit. I have stopped briefly because I know a lot of people will also say, is this going to be better than the rival MT10? Which for a long time now has pretty much been the go-to when it comes to ready-to-run 3S bashers. Now of course we need to go back to price because the rival MT10 has really shot up in price. It's actually closer to £400 these days, especially here in the UK, and this truck is going to be £250. Now as much as I love the MT10, I don't think it's a great beginner choice anymore, because it's just a little bit too expensive. And I know a lot of people aren't going to want to spend close to £400 if they're just getting into the hobby. That is where something like the Maverick comes in handy, because I think they have found a great price for this thing, and it's going to appeal to a lot of people, especially for people who want to move past the cheaper Chinese trucks. So overall, a great effort from the guys at Maverick. I think this is a truck we've all been waiting for. We've been looking for a cheap, ready to run, beginner-friendly option. And although you do have to provide your own battery, I think it's still going to be a good option for a lot of people. So there we go then guys, that was the brand new Maverick Quantum 2 Flux, an excellent beginner choice, especially if you're just getting into the hobby or you're looking to move up from the smaller cars. Is this going to be the next best skate park basher? I don't think it will be, but it's still a really good option for a lot of people. So let me know in the comments section what you make of this new truck. I think Maverick have done a great job here, but if you disagree, drop a comment down below and let me know why. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're getting very close to 40,000 subscribers now, so let's try and make that happen. Cheers for watching, see you on the next one, take care. If you enjoyed today's video, don't go anywhere, click one of these videos now.